Hey, how's it YouTube? Welcome to my channel. Before we get started, as always, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm only showing you what I do. You have to do your own research, your own due diligence. You have to be very careful because practically everything in the crypto space is high risk. Invest only what you can afford to lose, invest only risk capital, and always be careful. You can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money very quickly. So let's get started and let's get right into Axion. So like I said, Axion launched about two and a half weeks ago, and they were hacked. Somebody took, I believe, 12 or 13,000 Ethereum worth about 500,000 USD and took off with it. But the community is very strong. Everybody pulled together, the developers and the community, and Axion relaunched about 2, 3, 4 days ago, and everything seems to be smooth. So, guys, if you really want to join the Axion project, I'm going to briefly show you what it's all about. And I believe that this is a long-term project where you can make long-term gains, steady gains over a long period of time. And if we are all lucky, we can also make some good money if the value of Axion goes up. So basically, guys, those of you who previously bought Hex 2T, after the hack about 2 or 3 weeks ago, they renamed it Hex 3T, and it's also a different contract. You are able to claim Axion one-on-one. Now, I believe it's now a few days later, so it will no longer be one-to-one. I believe that every day or so a percentage goes off. But if you claim the first day or two, for example, if you had a million Axion, you would have been able to claim a million. Now, if you had a million Hex32, you would have been able to claim a million Axion. Similarly, for those of you who held or who took part in the previous Hex projects, it was before my time, before I got involved in crypto staking platforms, you were also able to claim your Axion, and I believe it was also one-on-one. But most of this this part of the project has been completed. Maybe there are some people who still did not get around to claim, so they can then claim. But basically for now, if you want to get a hold of some Axion, you need to enter the auction with Ethereum. Remember, use your MetaMask wallet as a Google Chrome extension. That's the best way to interact with these contracts. You can then stake or enter some Ethereum into the auction, and once the auction ends, it's normally a 24-hour cycle, you will then get allocated your Axion. So now it's no longer one-on-one, because you're not buying Hex 3.2 or Hex. You will then get a percentage of the total pool in the auction. If you scroll down on the auction page, you will see here this auction on the 16th closed. There were 14 Ethereum in the auction. Then there's one today, there's one on the 18th, there's one on the 20th, and this is the pool that's going to be in the auction. So I'm, for example, looking forward to this one. I might enter this one and see what Axion I can then get if I stake some, or if I put some Ethereum up in the auction. Once you have your Axion, you can then stake it. And remember, guys, the general rule that we follow now in the staking world is that the longer you stake, the more you make. So for example, they have big paydays. If you stake for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years, you will receive quite a lot of shares. They call it shares. What it basically means that if you stake a million Axion for a year, you will then get maybe 10,000 or 20,000 or 100,000 Axion as shares or as a bonus. Okay, but you can also decide to stake it for shorter periods, 5 days, 10 days, 15 days. You can basically decide what you want to do. Unfortunately, this is not my live Axion platform. I'm staking on my Windows laptop. This is my MacBook, so I cannot show you now, and I believe I cannot even type in examples. So you can, for example, type in 1,000,000 Axion for 5 days, and then you will see what your shares will be after the 5 days expired. And then once you've deposited it, there will be a deposit list here, and it will show all your stakes. Guys, please remember that if you withdraw your stakes before the period has lapsed, you will get huge penalties. So make sure, if you stake, that you are comfortable with the number of days that you want to stake before you stake, because if you want to withdraw before your period expires, you will incur penalties. So guys, that's basically it. The price of Axion has more than doubled since I started buying it. I believe it's now around about 0.000440 USD. And if this program or project takes off, there's always the possibility that the value of Axion will go up tremendously, and all of us will make some good gains. So that is it, guys. So basically, you can click my link in the description below. If you have some X32 and HEX and you've not claimed yet, you can then claim. If you do not have X32 or HEX or Axion, you can then enter the auction with some Ethereum. Here are the days when the auctions will take place. Auctions take place over a period of 24 hours. Once the auction expires, you can claim your Axion, and then you can stake. You can stake for 1 day, 10 days, 100 days. It's better if you stake for a year, 2 years, 3, 4, or 5 years. You will get some huge shares, but that decision is up to you. Guys, that is all on my Axion short video. Hope that you like the project and that you will join the project. And before I end this video, as always, please remember that I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm only showing you what I do. Please, please, please do your own research and own due diligence and invest only what you can afford to lose. Until next time, goodbye.